The new Summer Part 2 update has brought many new items. One of which is this new gear Solar Flare, which boasts really good buffs as well as amazing set bonuses. Hence today, I will be going through the new gear to see if it really is better than the current meta gears. Starting off, let's look at the stats of this gear. These are the stats with no upgrades nor ascensions. Not very impressive, but look at the stats after the upgrading. These are the stats of a level 20 Solar Flare with max ascension. You can get it even higher if you max out the levels to 30. Now let's take a look at the summer set buffs. This set has a for peace bonus, which is due to the fact that Summer Emblem won, and to count in the set. For the sake of this test, I will be using a cursed technique build to compare. First off, I am going to test the damage of my previous best set, which was to Supernova and 1 Bane of Non-Existence. These are the stats of my Supernova gears, both 3 out of 4. And the reason for that 1 Bane of Non-Existence is for the plus 15% Star Rage set bonus. And this is what my emblem looks like, FYI. These are the final stats for this build. Now let's go test out the damage. First off is our move with meter. 361 million damage per hit. Next is the Y move. $1.75 billion damage per hit. This is already insane numbers. Now let's change the Bane of Existence for a Solar Flare. These are the stats after changing. For comparison, the one on the left was the previous build. There is much more attack now, but the crit damage is slightly lower. Additionally, there is a change of set bonus from 15% Star Rage Amplification to 15% overall Cursed Technique Amplification. This is already better since that means the buff applies to both of your Cursed Techniques, and not just one. Now we test its damage. First, with the R move again. 378 million damage per hit. Now the Y move. 1.83 billion damage per hit. From this comparison, we can clearly see that Solar Flare is better than Bane of Non-Existence even for Star Rage, which Bane of Non-Existence was made for. This makes it a really good gear already. But what if we used X3 Solar Flare to reach the damage amplification set bonus? Would a full Solar Flare set be any good? Time to find out. These are the stats with 3 Solar Flares. Attack is way higher than our previous sets, but lacks a lot in crit rate. And since Solar Flare has Cursed Energy as its main stat, CE is also much higher. Starting with our move again. That hit for 440 million. However, since the crit rate is way lower, it was much less consistent in hitting super crits. This gets more evident when I tried using single hit skills like Y skill. However, if it actually gets super crit, this is the damage. 2.13 billion damage. That's the highest we have ever gotten. But taking into account the fact that a lot of crit rate is lost for this high damage build, the triple Solar Flare build is really good for burst damage, but not that great for overall damage. So if you want to hit the absolute highest number like I just did, use this set. However, if you want overall damage, I have a set that I'm going to show you with really high damage without sacrificing much crit rate. This here is the set. We will combine the 3 different gears to make this build. The reason for this is to maximize the amplification set bonuses from both sets, as well as maintain our crit rate. The result is a set with great attack, crit rate, crit damage, and most importantly, a higher cursed technique amplification stat, which boosts damage by a lot. Now let's look at its damage output. 423 million per hit for our move. 2.0 for billion for Y move. Even though the damage is slightly smaller than triple solar flare set, I am hitting much more consistent super crits due to the crit rate. This is because the summer set has weapon amplification, which is useless to me here. Hence I make use of the gear slots to get other set bonus, as well as higher crit rate. Let's go test out this build on the hardest raid, which will be Calamity Awakened Star with all modifiers. Here we go. And there you have it, no problem. If you realize most of the time, the damage is so high that a lot of it is wasted due to the boss immunity phases. Which is crazy, since this is literally the hardest raid in the game currently. So hopefully, this video has gave you some clarification on the new solar flare gear and the summer set. Do let me know what you think about this set, and if you can create an even stronger set than this one. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and stay tuned for more.